Hi, it's Biz Pretzel, and I'm the Library Media Specialist at Appleton West High School. And this is Horrid by Katrina Leno, although I think I heard her say Leno. All right, Horrid is for people who like creepy horror type books. Is it a ghost story? I'm going to let you read and find out. All right, so the main premise, Jane and her mother are leaving California and traveling to Maine, where the mother grew up. Jane's father recently passed away, died. And because of some financial decisions, they're basically broke, and so they have to go and live in this old manor house that her mother grew up in, and her mother really doesn't want to go back to this small town or this house at all. So when they get to the house, Jane, there's issues with lights going on and noises, and at one point Jane's sleeping in a sleeping bag and she feels something at the bottom, and it turns out to be a rose petal, and another one is the doorbell rings and she goes out and there's a rose on the front porch. So if you look at the cover, you should be able to hopefully tell that there's roses like where her hair would be. It's all roses all the way around here, and then obviously her eyes. So that cover is either going to draw you in or repel you. I mean, for me, I'm like creeped out just by looking at the cover. And I don't like creepy books, and yet I keep reading them because that's what kids like. A lot of kids like, I should say. Not all kids. So, I guess it's kind of is it a ghost story? Is it not? Like I said, there's, the losing the father and the grief and the loss and the old creepy house and the is there a ghost, seem kind of like, okay, that's been done before. But Katrina Leno just adds a lot of little creepy extras that even though this is not really my genre at all, I was definitely engaged by this book. And I recommended it to a student very early in the school year. And when she returned it, I happened to be there, and I was like, what did you think? And she's like, it was creepy. And I was like, creepy good? And she's like, yeah. So, yeah, it's good. So like we've got the rose thing going on. There is also something that, because this is a small towns kind of, there's things that they know, but remember, Jane's mother grew up in this town, but Jane did not grow up in this town. So there's kind of this secret that Jane doesn't really know. And so we find out about that. Jane's mother is always trying to prune the roses and get rid of the roses, yet the roses keep growing back, and when they grow back, they're black, and they grow back even better than before. The other creepy thing, and it's got to be one of the best first lines of a book ever, because I had to look it up and go, and actually I've read this before. So this is actually a real thing some people do. It says she couldn't remember the first book she had eaten, because one of Jane's issues is that she has anger issues, not just because of her father's death, but she has anger issues. And when she gets really super mad, the only way she can calm down is to tear pages out of a book and eat them. And there is actually a category of like obsessive compulsive type disorder where people eat inappropriate things that are not meant to be eaten. So that is kind of just a creepy, but Jane loves books too, So it's like I said, there are just so many things in this story, and I was kind of want to remind myself of what are the points of a book before I book talk it. So I kind of listened to other people's reviews to see, what did they think, and what were their reactions. And there was one reviewer who said it was unsettling. And I went, that is such a great word for this book. So There are those of you who are going to go, I don't want unsettling right now, which I totally understand, but I was willing to go there because I like ghost stories, and I wasn't sure, was this a ghost story or not? And I'm not going to tell you if it is a ghost story or not. You are going to have to follow Jane and all the creeptastic things that happen in this book to come to an ending that I think may surprise you. So, once again, the author is Katrina Leno, and the book is called Horrid, and she has some other books, and I definitely have to check those out. So, come to the library and look for this book. If it's checked out, we can interlibrary loan it for you, or we can find a book that you will like, because that's always my goal. I believe there is a book out there for every person. So I love helping people find the right book for them. Have a fantastic day and keep on reading.